Hello world, my name is Isaac Kato and I am the Managing Director of the Filecoin Techstars Accelerator and Techstars Seattle. I'd like to welcome you to the end of program celebration and showcase for this inaugural cohort of the Filecoin Techstars Accelerator. My first exposure to the world of crypto dates back to 2013 when I brought the Bitcoin miners to the green data center that I had founded and was running in Iceland. The innovation and opportunity that decentralized computing and smart contracts were opening up even then was amazing. And the opportunity to disrupt capitalism, finance, societal structures, and governance frameworks were stunning, and they're even more stunning today. I firmly believe that crypto, blockchain, Web3, whatever you want to call it, is going to change the world. I clearly remember reading about the Filecoin ICO back in 2017, and it's one of the few projects and token issuances from that era that have evolved to become something of real value. But what value it has become. Today, the Filecoin network is a global decentralized storage network that has over 16 exabytes of data capacity. That's roughly equivalent to 16 1-terabyte hard drives. That's a lot of storage. And there are hundreds of companies and projects that are building on Filecoin and IPFS and thousands of developers who have jumped into the fray. So, when Protocol Labs approached us a little over a year ago and asked us if we would run a Techstars Accelerator for them, how could we resist? And it's been an honor and a pleasure to serve as the Managing Director of the first Filecoin Techstars Accelerator, which is designed to marry the best of a traditional Techstars Accelerator with crypto-specific mentorship, content, and networking. Now, when we started to recruit the first cohort for this program, we had no idea what to expect. Would the founders want what we had to offer? Would they be different? Would they be weird? Well, we were about to find out. We set out to talk to as many companies as we could, and in the end, we spoke to over 300 companies who were building on Filecoin and IPFS, and very happily, it turns out they want the same thing that most tech startup founders want. They want mentorship, they want education, they want access to networks, and they want help fundraising. And ultimately, like any ambitious tech startup founder, they want to find success. Well, helping founders find success is something that we're really good at here at Techstars. While we were out recruiting this first cohort, we were busy building the curriculum to support our founders. And we certainly took many elements from a traditional Techstars Accelerator, because we've had many years of success doing that, but we also had to bring in a number of crypto-specific elements into this program. We had to find a new group of mentors with crypto experience, and we had to build a number of crypto-specific workshops and programmatic elements for the program. This includes things like tokenomics, tokenization, Web3 community building and marketing, Web3 primitives like NFTs and DAOs, and crypto-specific compliance and regulatory matters. Thankfully, we had our partner Protocol Labs. Protocol Labs was incredibly helpful supporting our founders. They brought in people from Protocol Labs and from the broader Filecoin network to serve as subject matter experts and to work as mentors for our founders. And they were incredibly generous with their time, their expertise, and their own networks. So we want to thank you all so much for supporting our founders and helping them find success. And specifically, we want to say thank you to Juan, to Molly, to Colin, Brad, Stefan, Ruben, Dietrich, Yaya, James, Clara, ZX, Emily, Angie, and David, and many others. Thank you so much for helping our founders. I also need to thank the incredible program team who helped to pull this all together, starting with the unstoppable Sarah Studer, our Director of Platform, our Investment Associate Carson Nye, our Program Manager Jake Lace, our awesome associates Brendan Overton, Mac Hopen, Marcel Grimaud, Vincent Fashibe, and our really cool intern Rachel Joshua. You all worked so hard over the past several months to pull this all together, and it's paid off, so bravo. Okay founders, what can I say? I know that the past 13 weeks have been incredibly tough, but you brought your A game and you've done amazing things. You've truly accelerated yourself by taking advantage of all the resources that Protocol Labs and Techstars have brought to your table. You've done customer discovery, you've built product, you've found those first customers and built incredible traction, and you've become lean, mean fundraising machines. And we are so excited to see what comes next. So on behalf of Techstars and Protocol Labs, we want to thank you for honoring us with your time and your incredible hard work, and we wish you the best of luck going forward. You are going to do great things, and we are really excited to watch you on your journeys going forward.
The cool thing here is that we are bringing two entities together Protocol Labs with a deep experience or deep knowledge on how to build Web3 enabled companies, and Techstars, who has deep experience in building startups, new businesses, and doing that at scale and in a way that is truly entrepreneurial first. They're really making a difference. There's actually applications that we would like to deploy right away within the Filecoin ecosystem itself, which is so cool that we've built an accelerator and it's actually solving some of the problems that the ecosystem needs today.
We as Protocol Labs obviously are super interested in carrying forward this relationship and building the next generation of unicorns together with Techstars. We have an amazing track record of creating value, and I think us coming together with Techstars as like this amazing player in the Web3 world, and us with our engineering and Web3 expertise, amazing things are going to happen.
Huge congrats to the entire cohort for making it through the grueling 13 weeks of the Accelerator program. You've made it through the small yet significant step towards building the large and amazing companies that you're aiming to build. The best part for me about the program so far is seeing all the founders come in during that first week of program. It was sort of a long, grueling process, and finally seeing all your hard work amalgamate into a week in a room full of people that you've been trying to usher into your ecosystem for such a long time, seeing that finally come together in that first week was an extremely gratifying moment for me.
Personally, the favorite part of this job for me is getting to see kind of behind the curtains of what being a startup founder really means. I think it's been almost mythologized in the media, and getting to read those success stories after the fact makes it seem like all those things just fell into place, when in reality, entrepreneurs fight and scratch and claw for every win. They meet obstacles and they find a way to turn those losses into advantages. The cohort operated every day with this level of internal fortitude that was truly inspiring, and I haven't seen anywhere else. And that's why I love this job.
So there have been a bunch of epiphanies since we've gotten to Techstars, but I remember the first one we had was when we had all the teams sitting together and managing director telling everybody, you know, why he thought we were here and what Techstars was. It was really eye-opening, and, you know, a mixture of relief and sort of excitement that, like, hey, this isn't such a crazy thing to be doing. There's other people sort of chasing their dreams and trying to build a company.
We were supported by the underlying technology. We are developing our product, and for us, like metaphorically saying, it felt like, okay, we decided to write a book, and the English alphabet said, yeah, cool, let's go together, full support. So it was definitely like one of the highest highs. So
before the Techstars Filecoin Accelerator, we've been through some similar programs. I do remember one of the funny moments, I'll say, moments we had in the accelerator where either we were too early, or either we were not at the limit or the level that they really wanted us to be. And so most of the stakeholders we interacted with at the time wouldn't really give us a hearing ear. Some wouldn't even give us any meetings or anything like that. But getting into the Techstars Accelerator, we now have these same people sending emails and also sending calendar invites for us to meet and even just have a discussion, even though we might not necessarily be interested in what they're offering now. So for us at that moment has been like, okay, a revelation to us, right? And this has been, I would say, some of the highlights for us in this accelerator.
My favorite moment would probably be just meeting the other founders in the cohort and the cool things they're doing. I get why Isaac is so passionate about running these kind of accelerators, because you just get to meet such amazing people doing amazing things.
I would say the founder story. I think those moments really goes into depth about what is really not talked about in the whole kind of like startup or entrepreneurship world or ecosystem, right? Because we always see entrepreneurship as the journey, but not everyone talks about what is really the ins and outs of that whole journey. But founder story shares light into what we really need to hear, or the things that founders like myself really need to focus on to build great startups. So for me, I would say every day, anytime, founder story has always been the highlight of the program for me.
like the fact that you are among like top-notch people out of your industry and like top founders, you are super aligned because you know that you share the same values and you have like aligned goals. So it was definitely great, and the network expanded so great that it's definitely like a milestone in the life of our company, us as co-founders, and at large.
So the Techstars team, they promise to grow your network, and they really have, and in more ways than one. There's the professional network that's grown a ton and how we run our day-to-day operations, and then there's our customer pipeline even that's grown, and our investor network. It's just really a great community, and it's awesome being part of the Techstars family.
I mean, the obvious answer is mentorship and guidance, and that has been instrumental in kind of guiding us in different ways. But really expanding our network to the right people opened up so many collaborations for us, and really just going at this not alone. So we have like almost a group of people that are all passionate about the same thing and working towards a common goal.
I think being in the whole Techstars ecosystem has added to the reputation I've built for myself, the integrity, and at the same time for the company and for my team as well. It has gone to validate what we have been experimenting with for a very long time. It has also validated us as a team that we're able to take on challenges, we're able to focus on certain impacts we want to have in our society's environment. And now it has added to that particular validation that this team is capable of building and also providing solutions that are going to have impact in the societies we only dreamt of having.
You understand like what should be done and what shouldn't be done. That's real important, and like I understand why it's called Accelerator, because if you know these two things for sure, then you definitely like make an exponential like growth as a person, as a co-founder, etc. And if you want, like you can take as much as you can take and as much as you want to take. So it's open, but you should be proactive for that. So it's definitely that transformation in order to like have things done.
Growth, and really in terms of, like I mentioned, our network, the company, like everything has just been able to scale up in a way that's awesome, having the support network of Techstars.
Can I use 2 words?
Sure.
I would say it's structured serendipity. So in the sense like, whether it was the mental madness or going to Berlin for a week, it was all engineered to create moments of serendipity where I could meet with people that I would never have met before in completely different industries and end up collaborating with them or end up getting and bouncing off ideas that I never would have if I was just strictly focused on running the business.
Traction. So yeah, like, and by traction, of course, I mean the attraction, like speaking about your company, but also it's a good word at large, because by traction, like we can imply how you like at all build your journey, and you think about that experience like as a large picture and try to make the most of it. So yeah, traction at all levels. And traction is important, of course, like for your startup. You would never fundraise without traction.
I'll say Techstars is inclusive. And the reason I'm using the word inclusive is because I told you we've been into some other ecosystems and some other accelerators before now. And we did really feel that open arms, open ends of being part of something really good. But I think Techstars gave us the opportunity to showcase what we are really about, what we are capable of, especially coming from people like us who come from minority backgrounds, being black, being a black founder, not being from, I would say, very rich background. It gave us the platform, it gave us the stage to be able to showcase to the world what we are capable of doing, our talents. So I think Techstars, I'll say, is inclusive for everyone, you know, and that's what I'm really proud of. being part of this organization and community.
Hello, my name is JP McCorley. I'm a 3-time technical founder, a professional composer of 15 years, and the CEO of Echo. And the vision for Echo is simple. We believe in a future where artists thrive while creating the art that they and their fans love. And we're creating the platform that will allow them to do so. The problem is, at the moment, artists like me see as little as 4% of the revenue they generate. Even the most successful, of whom we count several as customers, cannot survive. And so we've created a new model. A model that allows artists to claim the lion's share of the revenue they generate through creating world-class fan experiences and digital art around Echo's fan tokens. We've taken what is massively overcomplicated and intimidating technology and made it palatable to the masses. And we've done this through our Echo platform, which helps artists understand how they can participate in the Web3 creator economy and engage with fans in a way that was never before possible. And we do this through our DCM cycle, which allows artists to easily define, collaborate, and monetize several fan experiences over a campaign. We're finding our early access customers love the ability to test and monetize ideas quickly, but they also love the ability to collaborate internationally with other artists on the platform. And this is what Echo looks like. It's a collaborative dashboard that helps artists and their teams easily create and manage fan experiences, providing the fan with exclusive access to in-person events, meet and greets, limited edition digital art and merchandise, to fan-only online experiences. Look, if you can imagine the experience, it's possible on Echo. Look, we already have contracted customers who represent $1 million or more in net revenue, with collectively over 100 million followers on social media. Customers such as 2-time Grammy winner Jazzy B and Bollywood actress Jacqueline Fernandez, who's the face of Pepsi in India. Our customers are also partnered with some of the biggest brands in the world, some of whom you can see here. And we're now witnessing this viral loop within the platform where one new customer leads to 10 referrals. And at the moment, we've more opportunity than we can deal with and an ever increasing waiting list. We're a world-class team of company builders who understand artists deeply, and uniquely, as CEO, I am both a 3-time technical founder and a professional composer, having worked with some of the biggest acts and organizations in the world. In fact, my last project was the most streamed show on PBS America last year, and yet I still can't survive. This is a problem I feel deeply and I care deeply about. In the next 3 years, we intend on putting $100 million in the pockets of artists across the world, and we've already identified the artists that will allow us to do so. If you'd like to join the movement, we would love to hear from you. Thank you.
Hey, my name is Sid Chakravarti. I'm the founder and CEO of Statvic. At Statvic, we are helping our clients, who are major pharmaceutical companies today, identify every single product that they're manufacturing and tell them where exactly in the global supply chain those products are, how they got there, and where they're heading. We did $1 million in bookings last year, which was our first year of sales, and we're looking at a $4 million target this year. We already onboarded major pharma companies such as GSK and signing up few big names in the next few weeks. I stumbled upon the problem when I moved from Silicon Valley to Hyderabad, which is a big pharma hub manufacturing 30% of global pharma products by volume. These companies said that they're shipping products to 200 countries, but getting very little data back in terms of what's happening to their products in those markets. And this is costing them anywhere between $100 million to $500 million each year due to issues such as stockouts, expiring products, and counterfeiting. So I put together a rockstar team to create a platform which digitally identifies every unit of product that they manufacture and help them track across a global supply chain where various stakeholders are incentivized by the platform to contribute quality and safety information about the products. This incentive model is helping us build a global visibility network where we pre-onboard distributors and retailers who are contributing visibility data that is then consumed by the manufacturers to create immediate value for them. Our clients love developing markets because that's where they're growing quite rapidly, and that's where they lack most visibility. And that is why we are growing into nearly 25 countries by 2023 and in the developing market. This is a huge market opportunity. We're looking at a $2.2 billion market, where each pharma company is a 20 million contract for us. We have a 10 million pipeline for this year, and United Nations selected us as a digital public goods, which will boost our sales efforts. We have a rockstar team comprising of Silicon Valley product experts and logistics, tech and domain experts. We also have an amazing second layer of leadership who are driving both our sales and technology. Apart from building an amazing company, we are also making sure that critical products such as medicines are reaching people who need them. So please reach out to us to learn more.
Hello, everyone. My name is Charles Nanakwate, and I'm the co-founder of Billboards. I'm here today to talk to you about cross-border payments. And it is no hidden secret that in the cross-border payments industry, it takes away our hard-earned money whenever we are trying to send money across borders. This includes people like Na, who incur as high as 10% whenever they are sending money across borders. But at Billboards, we do believe that everybody should have a choice. And that is why we've given Na two different options. Option one, which we call the free mode, which helps Na to prevent any other company from exploiting her by giving her the chance to send money for free or at no cost when sending from her Billboard wallet to her brother's Billboard wallet. And even if she decides to use option two, which is sending money across our network to local wallets or even bank accounts, she's still able to save as high as 97% in transfer fees. So anytime anybody decides to use the Billboard wallet and tells us where they want to send their money to, we gather this information and tailor the experience using Algorand protocol, which helps to provide the most secure, cheapest, and fastest transaction on the network. Targeting a $50 billion market from a possible $450 billion market, Billboard has started a movement empowering over 720 users who are currently using our platform to send and receive money across borders with ease and with confidence, adding up to the already $600,000 which we've powered over the network. And even in the meltdown of the global crypto market, we've proven beyond reasonable doubt that we can grow at a 45% month over month, showing that we've been able to build a proprietary technology and solution that is built to be resilient, even in the face of a global market meltdown. The team behind Billboard includes myself, Eric, a full stack developer, and Penny, with over 12 years of experience, who know the solution, know the gaps, and know how to build scalable solutions right from scratch. On this journey, we are supported by some of the biggest names in the industry, including Draper University, Techstars, Borderless Capital, Algorand, and Protocol Labs, who are helping us to scale up our solution. And so the next time you are looking at sending money across borders, please look no further than to use Billboards. Thank you very much.
Hello, we're Bloop, and we help people share and discover in our web. Today, browsing the web is a lonely and disconnected experience where gatekeepers largely determine where and how we discover content. But this is no longer enough. Hundreds of thousands of people are already using workarounds on Twitter, Reddit, and even Chrome extensions to crowdsource content discovery. The people want our web, and it's part of a societal shift. 86% of Gen Zs trust Reddit as much as Google and Amazon for reasons such as niche content, community, and authenticity. And Bloop is the tool that activates our web by letting people share and discover content directly with each other. We're the browser that transforms incoherent browsing sessions into shareable lists of resources. And here's how. Neil is a cosmology expert who uses Bloop to manage his favorite sites and share them with others. As he browses, Bloop structures and saves his resources in 10 minutes, what would have taken him 40. And when he's ready, he can share his insights to like-minded people. On the flip side, Sally is a newcomer in cosmology. She begins using Bloop to find high-quality resources from experts. And as she explores, she leaves her own trail and bumps into Neil, who's looking at the same topic. Sally sends browsing tokens to Neil and hitchhikes along with him, letting them discover content together. Bloop connects the Neils and the Sallys of the world to help them share and discover recommendations as they browse. Our early users, such as Neil and Sally, are the so-called internet super users, the 1% of internet users who generate 90% of the content. Bloop helps them share the content that others are looking for. We launched our private beta last month, and our beta testers love it. They describe it as filling a missing link in their workflow and better than 4 to 5 tools combined. So Bloop is actually based on my master's thesis from Imperial College London and the Royal College of Art. Since then, we've been featured in places like the Internet Archive DWeb and FOSDEM before joining the 2022 Techstars Filecoin Accelerator. We launched our private beta in April after over 200 conversations and 251 organic signups. Version 2 and 3 are to be launched in the coming months. For us, the Bloop browser is a natural evolution of search and social, formerly undisrupted markets with huge potential, and we have the right team to get us there. I am a fourth-time entrepreneur, and the team includes other multi-time founders with work experience in places like Apple, Amazon, and Square. We invite you to join Bloop in our mission to help us share and discover in our web.
Hi, my name is Vitaly, and I'm the CEO of Merkle-Bot. We are disrupting the way robotics and smart device data is utilized, unlocking trillion-dollar value in the next 10 years. Robotics deployments today are siloed. Even when data infrastructure exists, it's still painfully manual, inefficient, and most importantly, lacks connections to economic tools that drive new business models. Merkle-Bot liberates machine data by integrating robotics and smart devices with value-driven Web3 tools. And we enable a number of powerful use cases that save our clients money and generate additional revenue streams. For example, we worked with a company that needed 2 robotic arms for a packaging use case. Using our platform, we built an integration between crypto investors and the client. Investors finance the installation and use the data to check the number of operations and charge the client monthly. The project is live, and 2 robots are working every month powered by Merkle-Bot. But our machine data platform is excellent for audits and compliance use cases too. We're now in pilot negotiations with an industrial client who is looking to use machine data to facilitate ISO certification. Normally, an annual audit takes a week or more and can cost up to $100,000. By having a regular subscription to our platform, the client will reduce the cost and time it takes to pass an audit. Merkle-Bot platform already supports most major hardware and software robotics frameworks. And our Web3 stack helps extract value from machine data, both internally and with third parties in a privacy-preserving way. We are focusing on industrial solutions now because the need is most urgent there. But we have already explored service robots cases, from Boston Dynamics spot integration to an autonomous telescope in Chile that can mint you an NFT. Our mission is to create the data fabric that gives people access to tremendous value that machine economy holds. Our team has a unique combination of skills to bring this to reality, ranging from a robotics scientist with over 50 peer-reviewed publications to an early crypto adopter who was one of the first 100 miners in Ethereum. All of us know each other for more than 5 years, and we worked together before starting this company. We are Merklebuy, and we build a trustless data platform that powers machine economy. To experience our platform firsthand, we invite you to play with our RoboDog using the link on the slide.
Hello, I'm Ehsan, and at Functionland, we are building a democratized alternative to cloud. We transitioned from keeping our data on local storage to now have everything uploaded on the cloud. But with the transition, a gatekeeper is introduced. And besides dictating the price of the service, they take our data hostage and use it to train the AI algorithms of their systems to predict and manipulate our behavior. They can even stop our access to the service, which means our own data on their servers. We are losing our money, control, and privacy. We are introducing a plug-and-play mainstream platform that gives the same experience of cloud in a monetized peer-to-peer network. We created Fula Protocol, which is a decentralized Google Cloud. Users can install the platform on any hardware they have and join this network. Now, instead of paying Google, I can create a local pool with 100 other people in my city. And within this pool, we back up each other's data and share our CPUs to train the AI of an app, all at zero cost and without increased slowness due to fetching data from another country. To incentivize the ecosystem for both users and creators, we designed Fula Blockchain. Users pay all contributors of an application with Fula token when they use the app. And the best part is they won't be paying out of pocket. They'll pay with Fula, which is auto-mined and staked at their hardware. Also, Fula APIs makes it super easy for developers to create applications with their current knowledge. We want to make it as simple as easy as possible for everyone to join this network. This is why we prepackage everything in this plug-and-play dApp server, where the owner plugs it to the internet and starts using the apps with the same UX of cloud. In the long run, we are not playing in the hardware game and would outsource it to our hardware partners. The apps that users can expect are everyday apps like this Photos alternative to Google Photos. We'll design 2 more apps in-house in partnership with Formidable Labs and onboard independent developers through hackathons and grants later on. We saw substantial initial traction. Our GitHub is in the top 3% of open source apps worldwide. We won the first place in Filecoin hackathon and achieved more than 500,000 pre-orders in less than a month. We also raised more than 1 million from 15 high-profile investors in Web3. We have a diverse skill set in the team of 25 people, ranging from AI, software, hardware, to finance, marketing, and design. We studied similar recent projects such as Helium and are planning for 20,000 node installations in the first year. This helps our software annual revenue passes 100 million in 5 years, as shown in the red bar. We increasingly see the dark side of the central cloud. We are going to change it.
Jim and I have been into collectible card games a long time. I collected the original 151 Pokemon by playing high-stake games for keeps with my friends. And Jim, the shrewd entrepreneur, he bought and sold baseball card packs to save and sell to collectors later. But it's not just us. The analog and digital card game industry is massive and diverse, with millions of consumers and thousands of developers. Just opening packs on stream attracts countless viewers. And in 2021, the legacy industry was over $13 billion. When we started Midstate Labs, we immediately knew the potential for Web3 to grow the collectible card game industry. And when we spoke with the game creators about bringing their content to Web3, what we learned was, for legacy digital games, it's challenging to set up in-game trading economies. And if developers want to put that effort in, these traditional marketplaces are still subject to large gray market trading. And in the analog domain, creators have avoided the move to digital to prevent losing the ability to trade and collect in a meaningful way. Simply put, analog TCGs want the convenience of digital without having to give up a sense of ownership, and digital CCGs want a reliable, safe management of their in-game assets and economies. So while we understand the potential of Web3 to solve these problems, today's user experience isn't really ready for collectible card games. User experiences are especially poor for trading card games, and the current wallet and marketplace providers don't have card games as a priority. Just look at the typical Web3 game experience, where users have to traverse 3 different places to buy, then another place to play, and finally somewhere to trade their cards. Game creators want end-to-end control of their customer experience and user engagement. At Midstate Labs, we've been building the infrastructure for developers to gain back control and deliver their players an experience that's closer to what they expect. And when we help creators meet these expectations, we saw player engagement go through the roof. There were people sharing decks that they had built with one another and fans streaming pack openings to the wider community. Consider just one pilot release we did from a first-time developer doing a new game. We saw $400,000 in marketplace revenue and then $20K in trading between players months after playing. These small releases are what let us bootstrap up to 14 employees. And today we're continuing this strategy of putting control back into the game developer's hand by making it easy for them to embed a full marketplace experience directly into their game, keeping their players in-game and engaged. And others with experience in the game industry, like the ex-Google Play head Ko Kim, she believed in our vision, funding our company to be the day one NFT marketplace solution for developers on the upcoming Sui blockchain, which was built by the ex-Facebook DM team. And we're just starting to grow in talent. We have 8 games coming from more experienced creators, some who've worked for the biggest trading card games like Magic the Gathering. And we also have more than 20 comic books, a highly overlapping market with TCGs, coming to our platform as well. So join us in empowering an already massive market to participate easily in the bigger virtual goods and trading economy.
Hello. At Piranha, we're building a knowledge-sharing protocol for Web3. I'm Slava, and prior to Piranha, I built a software development company with 800 engineers and 50 million in revenue. My co-founder, Sergey, is a blockchain veteran, and he was a founding engineer of 2 successful crypto startups. We have worked together for 7 years. It's all started with the pain my co-founder experienced while building blockchain software for the past 6 years. It became obvious to him that it's much harder to find information in Web3 versus his experience in mainstream development. We've done a research. We talked to hundreds of developers and community managers and learned that the problem is universal for all Web3 communities. Users are not able to find technical information on Google because it lives inside Telegram and Discord channels. It forces people to rely on fragmented communities, and it takes hours and sometimes days to find specific actionable solution in Web3 ecosystem. Existing question and answer solution don't satisfy Web3 users. The most established platform in Web2 ecosystem is Stack Overflow, and it only supports the largest communities, leaving everyone else behind. All other available solutions are limited and lack key functionalities. It forces communities to use Telegram and Discord channels as question and answer solution. And there's 3 problems with that. Information has to be constantly reposted. Answers are not curated by peers, and data is not exposed to Google. Web3 communities don't want to send their users to Web2 platforms. And Web3 users want to own their data, monetize it, earn and retain reputation, and be recognized. Piranha meets all their needs. It structures Telegram and Discourse knowledge and makes it searchable. It is fully decentralized. Users own content and on-chain reputation. Tokenomics rewards users for their contribution in platform tokens and NFTs. Time is now. All blockchain communities need a solution. We have agreements with Polygon and Filecoin communities to be their Q&A platform. We're going live with them in June. We will iterate to achieve deep engagement and stickiness from the pilot communities. Next, we will open enrollment for all Web3 communities, aiming to become default Q&A in Web3 space. We're building new knowledge-sharing economy, a place where users' knowledge is a wealth-generating asset. People from all parts of the world will be able to participate, save time, and earn money. Join us, and let's build new economy of knowledge sharing together.
Hi, I'm Jude Safo, and I'm the CEO and founder of Hyphen. We're tackling the $4 trillion software supply chain crisis that's currently affecting the industry. And today we'll walk through a live use case that happened just in December and show you how Hyphen has been able to address this issue. Briefly about myself, I studied applied plasma physics for nuclear fusion at MIT. And I spent the last 8 years in industry doing applied machine learning, specializing in natural language processing. Been at places most recently, Twitter, Bridgewater Associates, Fidelity Investments, London Stock Exchange. So let's look at this innocent piece of code. It wouldn't catch your attention if you walk by it. It's less than 100 lines. It's only has a handful of authors. But what does catch your attention is the fact that this code or this suite of code is consumed by over 42 million users. And this asymmetry in how software is produced versus how it's consumed has never existed in industry before. So it's fundamentally changed how enterprises operate. For one, enterprises rely heavily on open source code for their day-to-day operations. The most recent OSSRA report shows that the average enterprise which uses open source code relies 78% of the infrastructure is open source. For hackers, they have realized the easiest way to get into enterprises is not through the front door, but through these third-party software, which are typically underfunded and easiest vulnerabilities. When they do make their way into enterprises, it takes weeks to months of remediation to figure out where the attack has come from and where were they exposed. And this is translated to the tune of $4 trillion lost over the last 3 years, the average incident costing an enterprise $8.3 million, and an increase in these types of attacks at 650% year over year. So Hyphen, we're taking a bottoms-up approach to cybersecurity, and this is driven through active supply chain monitoring using our AI technology to both crawl and enrich the data. Revisiting our simple example, so log4ship, if we track it and where it's being used, look at how it's interacting with other pieces of code, look at how that code is forming a network of code and how they're interacting. By the time we get to the macro level, we're able to see trends that predict vulnerabilities in the network well before they reach enterprises. And we're able to unlock such rich information from this data that has really not been done to this point in the industry. We provide enterprises with the bill of materials that's necessary for their SOC 2 compliance, among others, including executive bills that have been passed recently to combat the recent attacks. We've seen an improvement in the bottom line for our clients, significant decrease in attack probability, response time, and incident cost. And we've been able to index just shy of 6,000 repositories, do 3 enterprise pilots, and build our AI MVP engine. So please follow our journey, try our demo, and support us. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sasha, and I'm founder of Sharp, a Web3 copyright protection service that helps businesses protect and monetize their textual, visual, and other copyrightable content. Problem: 75% of digital content is plagiarism, from NFTs on marketplaces to blog posts on blog platforms. Intellectual property owners are losing money. Only media businesses lose up to $3 billion per year. The current standard of copyright treatment is outdated. That's why we have created Sharp, and this is how it works. First, authorship is proved and certified with Web3 standards. It's more cost efficient and faster than using traditional tools. Second, Sharp tracks copyright content. And third, in case of violations, pirated copies are addressed with our blockchain evidence-based dispute resolution tool. Not only do we protect copyrighted content, but we also help IP holders with monetization by providing a simpler method to buy content with very clear terms of usage. Now we are building decentralized IP Oracle. It's a neutral source of data to allow anyone to know by whom, when, and which terms of distribution any piece of content was ever created. For creators, it means full IP control with transparent right transfer. Market. Total market for digital intellectual property consists of 40 segments, which include art, video, music, academic papers, game dev, NFTs, and many more, and it's more than $70 billion industry. Originally, our focus was on media businesses, but our clients expressed a need in image protection and monetization, opening us to a $10 billion market. Our model is on-demand revenue model. We charge for transaction and monitoring, and additionally, we take commission for content reselling and charge success fees for dispute resolution. Our main highlights of our progress are: one of our first major customer was IBBA Financial Holding. During 4 months, we certified and tracked more than 200 pieces of visual content, bringing us $25K of gross revenue. And we have recently acquired 3 new clients, charging each 12k euro per quarter. Sharp is made up of 4 highly qualified crypto experts. Sasha served as a major force in driving blockchain adoption in Latin America. Valeria is an invited expert of the blockchain office in the Ukraine Ministry of Digital Transformation. Andrew, the CTO, worked for Meta and Intel, and Tatiana, CEO, has a successful business exit. So we know how to make copyright generate money. In 2 years, half of the global content will be kept on Web3. That's why we invite you to join us today. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Zane, and I'm the founder and CEO of Transcripts. Transcripts is a tool for human resource departments to automate the issuance of employment and income verification documents. We have over 90 active pilots, and last month, employees shared over 22,000 documents on Transcripts with third parties like banks, landlords, and background check agencies. The problem that we're looking to solve is that issuing employment and income verification costs HRs a tremendous amount of time. For example, if I was to apply for a loan at a bank, the bank would contact the HR at my place of employment to verify I work there, and if needed, to verify how much I made. The HR department would then have to reach out to me to get my consent to share that information, and once I give my consent, they would then proceed to share that information with the bank. This is incredibly time-consuming, and when you multiply that across the hundreds, if not thousands of employees in certain organizations, this is a huge problem. Just in the United States, this amounts to an extra 150 million man-hours spent by human resource departments issuing this information, which comes out to around $4.5 billion in excess labor costs to employers. When organizations look to outsource this task, they are faced with legacy competitors that are slow, expensive, and insecure. On top of that, none of these organizations fully automate the verification issuance process. Transcripts is the first tool that fully automates verification issuance, which allows us to provide verifications faster and cheaper than legacy providers. Furthermore, we built our platform with a focus on data privacy and data security. Our simple 4-step process allows an HR to set up and use our product in less than 20 minutes. We first integrate with existing HR databases. Using the information already stored on those databases, we issue verified documents to all the employees in that organization. Those employees can then share those documents with any third party, who can then verify the document through the blockchain. A successful use case was an 8,000 employee enterprise that was previously using our competitor, The Work Number. We saw an 88% reduction in verification issuance time spent by that HR. That's time right back in HR's hands to do things that really matter. We brought down error issuance rate to 0%, and employees loved us. We got a 4.5 out of 5 star rating from employees. Our market size, on average, we charge about $3 a month per employee or $36 a year per employee. And when you multiply that by the 76 million employees in mid to large size companies, we get a total addressable market of $2.7 billion annually. Our team, both my co-founder and Ali and I are technical founders. Ali has been in the blockchain space for about the last 9 years. He did his master's in computer science from the University of Toronto. And I studied electrical engineering before having a small stint in investment banking and going to Harvard Business School. We're also been blessed with a great group of advisors. And together we're looking to really change the world one document at a time.
My co-founder and I absolutely loved Tamagotchi and Neopets growing up. We would spend hours after school purchasing new accessories or trading within the Neopian stock market. We were hooked on the idea of virtual pets, and so were hundreds of millions of others. We ended up co-authoring a master's report on the idea of emotional connection with virtual life, and from this, applied it in a novel blockchain application, winning the grand prize to a hackathon, being awarded several grants, and of course, going through the Techstars Accelerator. See, what we found out through our surveys and interviews was that not only were particular demographics like female students severely lacking in knowledge about blockchain and NFTs, but they also had a high demand for actually wanting to learn and get into the space. We dug deeper and we found that with the shift to remote working, we're spending more and more time on our laptops. And with that, a growing need for a sense of companionship, joy, and delight to brighten up our day. We also found that with the majority of people that are not tech savvy, getting into the crypto NFT space is really hard. So what's our innovative solution that hits all these issues? It's through this little guy here. Well, not just this guy, this one as well, and this one, and all of these. These are MetaPals, NFT virtual companions that love to grow and you'll grow to love. See, in under 2 minutes, someone that has never touched crypto before downloads our browser extension, registers an account, creating a custodial wallet for them, and adopts a free NFT pet. The very first step to ease users into the space is through something that everyone spends the majority of their day on, our browsers. This is my MetaPal. His name is where is he? There he is. His name is Ichibu, and he's a curious and active dog. He loves to run around on my screen and especially jump to whatever I'm working on. And I think this is a way of trying to help me out. I also have to care for it, feeding it with treats or food so it doesn't get hungry, play mini games within my browser like hide and seek, and of course, purchase accessories so I can keep up with the latest fashion trends. If I find a cute picture while I'm browsing, I can send it over to my friend, which they'll receive through their own MetaPal pet. And even if I get him to sleep for most of the day while I'm working or studying, it's that sense of presence on my screen that really keeps me company and brightens up those long days. We can't find a more passionate community of people than those that love their pet. We aim to attract and foster that initial user base through social media channels like TikTok and Instagram. Because we're the first point of contact non-crypto users have to the blockchain space, we're able to open up the doors to a whole range of other collaborations, integrations, devices, metaverses, and partnerships. Not to mention beginning to enable a shared browser experience that we've never seen before. We've also handpicked the best when it comes to blockchain and full-stack developers, illustrators and animators that are geared towards instilling a genuine sense of joy and life in each MetaPal, and a growth team that's engineered to get a MetaPal on every screen. See, we end up being the first step along a much bigger journey within this space for the majority of our users. That emotional bond we form with our MetaPal doesn't stop at your browser. It acts as a guide to all the great and wonderful things that the metaverse will one day offer. So have a chat with us. I'm sure we'll get your tail wagging if it isn't already.
Founders, congratulations. You have made it through an incredible 13-week journey, and we are so proud of you. It has been so much fun to watch your businesses grow, and we can't wait to support you through the future. We would like to thank the incredible community of people that has helped us put together this successful program, from the founders, their families, their communities that have supported them through this process, to the mentors and investors who have participated in our mentor and investor weeks, to all of the people who have offered workshops and shared their expertise with the founders, and of course to Protocol Labs and the Filecoin Network. We could not have done this without you. Thank you so much for your support of the inaugural Filecoin Techstars Accelerator program. If you liked what you heard today from our founders and would like to learn more, feel free to reach out to the program team. We are happy to make introductions.